Hello, you my beautiful souls. What does it mean that so many relationships right now are ending? And how do you deal with it? Do you know how to deal with endings and new beginnings? This is what my video today is all about. And for all new subscribers, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this community of like-minded souls where we create an exchange, an open, authentic, and beautiful exchange from the heart. So today's video, as I promised, is about endings and new beginnings. And I want to start with this beautiful phrase. If a relationship is ending, it means that you are no longer being of use in it, or that the relationship itself stops being of use for you. So whether you are being the one that has ended the relationship with someone, or someone else has ended the relationship with you, it means that there is no more growth potential. And it might not seem this way in the beginning. I know how hard it is. You know, the last 2 years for me have been a crazy ride. I had to say goodbye to long-term friends where I felt like the vibration was no longer matching. And we always need to remember that the most expensive currency that we have is our own vibrational frequency. So if you have been in relationships that without you maybe realizing dragged your vibration down, maybe it was someone who was still caught in drama, or maybe it was someone who was constantly pessimistic or talking about how bad things in the world are, which means someone who is still watching the news, or someone who always kind of found a problem for every solution that you offered. You know, if you have been in relationships like this and maybe you have not noticed how your vibration went down, but if something is ending, trust me, it is for your very best. And there's another beautiful phrase that I want to share with you about it. It's not them who left you. It is me who moved them out of your way. With love, the universe. And for those of you following my videos, you know that I have been talking about this already. So I remember a phrase from Mary Poppins. I think she said something like, if you want me, but you don't need me, I must go. But if you need me, but you don't want me, I must stay. So I thought a long time about this very, very profound statement. And I realized it is true. There is benefits in all relationships. And as soon as the benefits are ending, meaning that the vibrational frequency is no longer nourished by the way the other person treats you, or by the way the other person is showing up in life, or in your current conversations, you know, if there is no longer a vibrational match, then those relationships must end. And it is not to punish you in some way. You know, I dealt with many clients because many of my clients are moving through the same right now. This is why I wanted to make this video. It is not to punish you. You know, the universe never tries to punish us. The love of the universe for us is so deep and so unconditional. We cannot even imagine how deep and profound and pure it is because we have never experienced it from any human love that we probably got. But the love of the universe, the love of life for you, for your soul, for your being here on earth is so profound. And I think the fact that so many relationships are ending, it is a reminder for us to remember how profoundly we are loved and that nothing in life is a punishment. As I said, if a relationship ends, even if you lose someone, you know, I also have clients that lost their beloved one. I mean, we cannot really lose someone because if somebody decides to go home, Their soul is still there. It is just that they are no longer in this physical body. But they're still there. They can still see you. They can still feel you. They can still hear your cry for love. And they are going to be there. And maybe we cannot hold them anymore in a physical sense, but they will always be there. And we are going to be able to see them once we choose to go back home, out of this physical body, back into our original state, which is pure, blissful, light, love, energy, and consciousness. So again, my reminder for you, how do you deal with it? Do not feel like a victim. This is the first answer that many of us are going into. Oh, poor me, how could this happen? Or how could this person do this to me? Or maybe the other one feels the same way. If you had to end a relationship, maybe the other one feels the same way. You never know. But try not to go into victim state, but take some deep breaths. And the best way to breathe is always like breathing in for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 2 seconds, and then breathing out long for 6 seconds. And then repeat this for about 10 times, and you will see, how your breath contains healing energy. We have healing energy in our body through our breath. This is how powerful breathing is. So try it out. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 2 seconds. And then breathe out for 6 seconds. And breathe out through your nose as well. Or if you feel angry or stressful, I would recommend another Qigong breath that you can use. Breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose, and then hold it for 2 seconds. And then as you breathe out, start kind of like pounding on your chest. These are meridian points that are connecting the entire body, the entire, all your reflexology points, all your systems in the body, and it is immediately doing an effect. Try that, like gently pounding on your chest, here where the meridians, right next to your sternum, where the meridians start. And as you breathe out, just breathe out like this. And you can bring tone in it, or you can just breathe out like without tone. So if you feel anger, remember that anger is a vibration. It is an emotion that needs to be felt, because anger is giving you back your power. Anger is justement this energy that is bringing you from the victim place back into your power, where you are owning your responsibility for the creations in your life, knowing that you have co-created everything that is happening, and knowing that everything is for your best. So this breath is actually releasing emotional stress from our body as it is connecting all the meridians and your life force energy within you. So try that for, I would say, 6 breaths, 4 seconds in, hold it for 2 seconds, and then breathe out through your mouth, and with that sound, and then see how you feel after doing this for 6 seconds. So this is something I wanted to share with you that is immediately giving you back your power. It is immediately bringing you back into your center, where all your creative power lies. And from there, you can plant new seeds. You can then just, I would recommend go out into nature. This is like a full process that I want to share with you today. You can then go out into nature, just on your balcony or just on your open window, and try to look at a tree, or try to look at something natural, a flower, a tree, the blue sky, the sun maybe, or the starry sky at night, or the moon. Try to look at something natural. And then just breathe the nature around you in, and connect it with your inner nature. Remember that the outer nature is always connected with our inner nature. And if you're disconnected from your inner nature, you might not be able to see everything around you as something that lives and feels and communicates and breathes. So make this connection between the nature that is surrounding us and your inner nature. And then, you know, as you go to bed, for example, or if you can take like 2 minutes and you sit down quietly, or you lay down in a quiet place, you just close your eyes and then you just replace this void inside of you, because many of my clients are talking from this, they're talking about this void of love that is left within them by the leaving of a loss of a loved one. Either this person went back to source, or it is a friend who left them, or it is a partner who didn't want to be in the relationship anymore. You know, just go into your heart for about 2 minutes and now try to fill this void with your own love. Connect with the divinity within you. Remember that you always have yourself. You're never alone. You always have yourself, because you are your human self and your soul. And even though I say those two different things, they're not different, they're not separated, they are actually intrinsically connected. So as you connect with your soul, you will reconnect with your human self and remember that all the love that you ever needed or wanted from maybe a friend or a partner exists already within you. And now give it to yourself. Pour it out into every cell of your body. Use those 2 minutes to just imagine how every cell of your being is radiating with new light, with source energy that is joyful and blissful and wise and healing. So fill yourself with this light that you have always been, that is always you. You two could never be separated. Whatever happens, those two things are always going hand in hand, and no one can separate it unless we choose it. That's when we choose to go home. So connect with that luminous part of you and remember that this is who you truly are, and connect with that infinite love, because that luminous part that is the real you is always connected to source. You two are never separated from each other. It is your guidance, it is your intuition, it is your real self, your divine self, your higher self, your innate, whatever you want to call it. There's many names for it, but it's always the same. It is your own divinity. So connect with that divinity within you and fill yourself with this love. And now start promising to yourself that you will give to you whatever it is that you were or are missing from the relationship that ended. If it was physical touch, take yourself into your arms and hold yourself tight. If it was a conversation, maybe deep, beautiful conversations, start conversing with your heart, with your soul. You know, start becoming your own best friend. Because oftentimes, so many have the tendency to neglect themselves, to feel victimized and neglect themselves, and being in this angry state where there's no way to get out. But if you're following what I just suggested to you, I promise you, you will feel better. Remember how deeply you're loved, and no one and nothing could ever take this love from you. And even though a relationship ended, it is just the beginning of a new one, and it might as well be the beginning of your own relationship with yourself. I want to share something like a last thought here with you. I bought myself an engagement ring for my own self that I am wearing now to symbolize that marriage between my own divine self, my own soul, and me. And when you give that to yourself, that is when you will attract plenty of people that just want to shower you with the same. Why? Well, because you have learned to give that to yourself. You're no longer trying to fill that void of love from something on the outside. You have become that love that you were looking for. All my love, beloved soul. By the way, I have 2 slots open right now for every single one of you who is looking for a trustworthy, soulful coach on your side. Just write me a PM, write me a little message underneath that video. The first call is always free. This is when we will connect and see if we're a good match. I'm looking forward to talk to you, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye for now.